Ovarian cysts and how common are they? What are the types of ovarian cyst? What are the symptoms of ovarian cyst? What are the diagnostic modalities? How can we prevent ovarian cyst? What are the treatment options for ovarian cyst? So these all points we will discuss during this eHealth Talk series. So what are ovarian cysts? First, let me explain you that what are the ovaries which we call as. So this is the uterus, these are the two tubes and these are the two ovaries. A woman has two ovaries almost the size of almonds and their ovaries are fixed in nature and they contain multiple follicles. So what are the ovarian cysts? Ovarian cysts are fluid filled structure either inside the ovary or in the surface of the ovary. So they are the cystic structures or fluid filled contained cyst which is either inside the ovaries, any of the ovary. So how common are the ovarian cysts? If we talk about their prevalence, they are very common in reproductive age group and majority of women develop ovarian cysts in their lifetime and they are mainly asymptomatic. So many of the women don't know that they are having ovarian cysts and many of the women get to diagnose about ovarian cysts during ultrasound only. So they are very common. So what are the types of ovarian cyst? I will try to explain you in a bit of basic details. That in a majority of cases we divide ovarian cyst into two types. One is simple ovarian cyst and one is complex ovarian cyst. When the fluid filled structure containing the structure which is fluid filled or cystic structure, the fluid is clear, which is known as simple cyst, and the fluid containing the cyst is thick or mucinous or blood, then it is known as complex ovarian cyst. In simple ovarian cyst, we have functional cyst, we have follicular cyst, we have corpus luteal cyst. In complex ovarian cyst, we have endometriosis, we have dermoid cyst, we have cystadenoma and many others benign and cancerous ovarian cyst. So what are the simple or follicular cyst we call as functional cyst? So what happened in an ovary, there is a egg development during each cycle and which is called as ovulation. When the follicle which leads to ovulation does not rupture and it overgrows, it leads to a formation of a follicular cyst or functional cyst. And when it ruptures and the blood containing inside the follicle gets accumulated inside the follicle, it is known as corpus luteal cyst. So these functional cysts are very transient. They develop during each menstrual cycle and they resolve by their own when we wait for 2 or 3 cycles. What about the complex ovarian cyst? Complex ovarian cysts are mainly, I told you about endometriosis, then polycystic ovarian disease, then you can say about dermoid cyst or any other cystadenoma. So they are having complex etiology and they have to be evaluated in details. So these are different types of ovarian cyst. So what are the risk factors of development of these cysts? So the risk factors are prolonged. There are actually these are not completely preventable. Like the cysts can develop by their own also, and there are hormonal imbalance which might lead to these cyst formation. So there are some risk factors like prolonged and excessive use of fertility drugs also cause formation of this cyst. Number 2, they may develop during pregnancy also. Number 3, there might be some pelvic infection where the cyst can be developed. Number 4, there might be some cancerous situation where the cyst can develop. So these are the risk factors. So what are the symptoms associated with the ovarian cyst? Majority of these cases, ovarian cysts are asymptomatic. That is, these cysts are being diagnosed during ultrasound or during a routine pelvic examination. But in some cases, or in 2/3 of the cases, they can be presented with some symptoms also. Like the symptoms might be pelvic pain, there may be constant heaviness or pain in the abdomen, backache, pain during periods. There may be associated some menstrual irregularities, that is irregular periods or heavy periods, or there can be associated any infertility associated with it. So these are the mainly symptoms which a woman can have during this ovarian cyst. So how can we diagnose these ovarian cysts? So we can diagnose these ovarian cysts by routine pelvic examinations, by a proper ultrasonography, by, if needed, MRI, or in rare cases, laparoscopy is used to diagnose them and treat them. So, can these cysts preventable? As per the medical literature, these cysts cannot be prevented by any of the medicines or by any of the measures taken. They are just hormonal disturbances, but yes, they have self-limiting codes, so they dissolve or they dissolve by themselves if we follow them by 2 or 3 months, especially the simple cyst. Can these cysts associated with infertility? Yes, the infertility may be associated in few percentage of cases like endometriosis, and they can be associated, infertility may be associated symptoms in these type of cysts, and the treatment of cyst depends upon the desireeness of the patient to bear the child also. Can these cysts be associated with cancers, or they can be risk factor for cancers? Yes, in few subtypes of the cysts, they might lead to a cancerous formation, especially those complex cysts, and especially if the cyst is present in more than 40 years of age group, especially in the premenopausal women. So there might be few subtypes of cysts which may be associated with the cancer formation, but that is very rare. So don't get worried that if you are having a simple cyst, there might be a chances of cancer formation. So what are the next? How these cysts can be treated? What are the treatment options available for the cyst? So the treatment of this ovarian cyst completely depends upon patient profile. Patient profile means what is the age of the patient, what are the symptoms of the patient, what are the size of the cyst, and what is the type of the cyst also. So in these cases, the treatment depends upon this type of cyst, different variables. So what are the treatment options? So number one, we can just wait and watch, and these cysts might get resolved by itself. So we should follow them by proper ultrasound, and they can resolve by itself if there are a simple cyst. The second is by medicines. Yes, few cysts dissolve by medicines if they are simple follicular cyst. So 2 or 3 months of medicine course can dissolve this cyst also. When do they require surgery? When the surgery is required in these type of ovarian cyst. So surgery is required when the cyst is very large in size, that is more than 5 centimeter. If the cyst is associated with any complications, like cyst is associated with twisting or severe pain or with infection, or in some cases with infertility. Then third, if there is a complex cyst and we require some detailed evaluation for that cyst. So these are the few indications, or if the woman is postmenopausal and it requires for the detailed evaluation to remove the cyst. So they are the few indications when we require surgery. So not all the cysts require surgery. For simple cysts, you can just wait and watch also. But if it is a complex cyst, that it's required a detailed evaluation. So what are the type of surgeries available? We have nowadays we have laparoscopy and open surgeries, and laparoscopic surgeries are better for cyst removal as compared to open surgeries. The advantage of laparoscopic surgeries are they are very they are keyhole surgeries. It required less of surgical intervention. It's a daycare surgery. You can go at the same time, on the same day you can go to your home, and it leads to less of pain, post-operative pain, and less of post-operative complication. So these are the ovarian treatment options. This is the laparoscopic cystectomy. That is when we remove the cyst by laparoscopy. At times we have to remove the ovary also when there is the nature of cyst is unknown and it is of complex cyst, and there are a risk of formation of cancer in this cyst. So these are the few treatment options for the ovarian cyst. So in short, I have told you about